Hello guys, my name is Mahendra. Welcome back on our YouTube channel for Convent. So guys, in the last lecture, we had installed VS Code and we learned basic structure of Java program. Guys, this is the third video lecture of Java Complete Course series. In this lecture, we will learn Java Fundamentals, Part 1. So without further delay, let's get started. So for the better understanding of Java fundamentals, I have created one presentation for you guys. As you can see this presentation on my screen. So guys, as the name suggests, okay, fundamentals. So if you are going to learn any language, whether it is English, Hindi, okay, Tamil, Telugu, or any programming language like Java, Python, or whatever it is, you must need to know the fundamentals of that particular language so you can create the better programs. So for that guys, what we will do here, the topics that we will going to cover in this lecture are Java character set. In this, we will going to see the ASCII character set. Basically, Java character set is basically the Unicode character set. Okay. So in the character sets, what we will do, we will learn about the character set and we will also see the ASCII character set and we will also see the Unicode character. So as the name suggests, character set. So it is one of the basic thing, one of the fundamental thing. Okay, like when you were kid, you were learning English. Okay, English in that English language also have its own character set. They have the alphabets like A, B, C, D. In the same way, Java have its own character set, which is Unicode, and it includes so many things like alphabets also and some numeric numbers also, spatial symbols also. We will discuss this thing in detail. Now we need to focus more on tokens. So what are tokens? Basically, we will see in this lecture only what are identifiers. We will see what are keywords, what are literals, what are variables, what are data types. We will going to see these all the topics and we will get to know about how we can declare a variable and how we can initialize a variable. Then we will going to see the final variable. What is final variable? Then we are going to end up this session with Java statement. Okay guys, so let's move on to the next slide. As you can see the character set. So not only programming languages, as I told you earlier, every language requires character set for writing anything in that language. So Java also requires a character set. These character sets included alphabets. Alphabets, as you know, like these all are the alphabets. Okay, capital A, small a, okay, capital B, small b. These all are the alphabets. Then numeric numbers like 1, 2, 3. Okay. Then some spatial symbols also. So what are those spatial symbols? Spatial symbols are like hash. Okay. These are the spatial symbols. Or this sign you can say star what. Okay. So these are the spatial symbols. So most of the traditional programming languages like C, like right now we are learning Java, but apart of Java, there are so many programming languages. Like C is also a one language which uses this ASCII character set basically. Okay. This character set is English centric. Okay. Which includes, it also includes some letters. Okay. Digits and punctuation marks. The main limitation of this character set is like it cannot represent more than 256 characters. So this is the main limitation of this character set. Like we know about the character set. Okay, for any language, you must need to know first the words. Then you can write some sentence with the help of those words. Okay, and before creating the words, you must need to know about the alphabets. So alphabets is one of the primary thing. Okay. So these alphabets, okay, this numeric number, this all comes inside the character set. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. And let me clear the screen. So now we can come on to this. Java uses Unicode character set. Okay. That's why Java uses the Unicode character set, a set that uses 2 bytes, 16 bits per character. So if you are not from the computer science background, maybe this thing will be the problem for you, but don't worry. In this lecture, I will guide you. I will teach you about what is basically the concept of bits and bytes. Okay. Just for a second, just consider that Java uses the Unicode character set that uses 2 bytes, 16 bits. What are these things? We'll discuss. Okay. So now the Unicode character set, as I told you, Java uses the Unicode character set. It is suitable for representing characters in almost all the languages around the world. So we should discuss about the bit. So bit is what I can say. First we need to go. So bit is the smallest. What I can say. Bit is one of the smallest piece of information. Okay. Or the data. Okay. Like if you want to answer someone. Okay. You can answer. Either you can give some explanation or you can answer in a bit. Okay. Like either you can say yes or either you can say no. Okay, if someone is asking that whether you will come for tea, then you can say yes, means 1. In programming, 1 is often used to represent true value or yes. Okay, while 0 is used to represent a false value. Okay, 0 means false. I hope you understand. So like the bit is the smallest unit of data that a computer can process and store. Okay, a bit is always in one of the 2 physical states, similar to an on or off the light switch. Okay, the state is represented by a single binary value. So either 0 or 1. This is a binary value. Okay, so I think we have discussed about the concept of bit. Okay, so what is byte? So 1 byte is the combination of 8 bits. Okay, is the combination of 8 bits. I hope this is clear to you. So we must need to know about first what is bit. Bit is either 0 or 1, either a true value or a false value, either yes or no. Okay, like there is no so much science behind this. I can say in a simple language, in a layman's language, we can say that a bit means either 0 or either 1. Byte means combination of 8. So I hope this thing is clear to you. So we will move on to the next slide. And here we need to go to our first. Okay, first we already completed. Go to the slide 2. In that, we already discussed that Unicode character set is suitable for representing the character in almost all the languages around the world. So this is the thing I request you. Okay, I want from your side that you must need to learn about the encoding. What is encoding from the Google or the internet? I have added the link in this also, but I request you that you should put some efforts from your side. It will be very good. Okay. So character set, we covered the character set. Now our next topic is tokens. So a token is the smallest element of a program. Example, I told you about the okay, so the semicolon, okay, and semicolon is the example. Semicolon we use for as a terminator symbol. Okay, in the program that we created last time, I can I can show to you this also. Just give me a second. Okay, it is the last program that we created. Yeah. So here you can see this is the semicolon, which is saying to the compiler that please try to read the program from the next line. So this is the smallest element of a program. Okay. And any smallest element is called the Java token. So here the system is a class. As I told you, it is also a Java token. Everything is a Java token. In this, like everything means like this is also the Java token. Okay. This println function is also the Java token. So the small things, okay, which make this whole program, these small things are called the Java tokens. I hope this is clear to you. What is Java tokens? So, like variables such as int age. Now you don't know about the variable. In this lecture only you will get to know some keywords. Okay, so let me tell you about the keywords. Keywords are the reserved words for some particular language, and keywords have some special meaning. That special meaning they convey to the compiler. Okay, uh, so we'll tell. Okay, like we'll discuss about that thing. Okay, special character like this percentage symbol, # symbol, dollar symbol. These all are the special characters. Okay. Then we must need to know about the literals. Literals like any fixed value, 50, 121, whatever it is. These are called the literals in Java programming. Okay. Operators are, we will discuss the operators in depth. Okay. What are the operators? Operators are basically that used to perform their operations between, what I can say, between two operands. Okay. We will see about the operators also in this lecture only, maybe. Let's see if it is included in that page. I think we have included the operators. We have not included in the next lecture. We will include the operators. Don't worry about that. I'll teach you about that. Okay. So I think we have covered up with the token, and then just token we have covered. So after the token, we must need to know about the identifiers. So let me tell you one thing, okay? Don't don't go so much deep in that. I can say identifiers. Identifiers is like a name, okay? Everyone has some name, okay? My name is Mahendra. Maybe your name can be anything, okay? So what the thing is, in the same way, in Java program, we have to write some name for the variables. Okay. So this is the way how you can do the naming for the variables. Okay. What are variables? Don't worry about that. We will discuss in this lecture only. Just now do your, like, put your all the efforts. Okay. Just to understand what are the identifiers. Okay. So identifiers is the symbolic name that a programmer gives to the various programming elements such as variable, constant, method, class, array, etc. So variable you get to know about, variable, constant you will get to know about this, method in this lecture only, method, class, array you will get to be familiar in the upcoming lectures. So like they are like when you were born, okay, like there will be any name given to you, okay. So maybe your parents followed some specific way to name you. In the same way, if you want to name a variable, there are some special things you must need to follow. So rules for creating an identifier or a variable name. So I think we need to perform this identifier thing. These all are the rules basically. Identifier is a sequence of character that may consist of letter. So if you are going to create any variable, okay, you must need to write you must need to choose any alphabet from capital A to capital Z and small a to small g. Any digit also you can use. Underscore also you can use. But dollar symbol also you can use. Okay. So identifier. Just give me a second. So what is identifier? Identifier should be a length of like my name is Mahindra. Okay. Like if someone name is something like a paragraph, then it will not be a meaningful name. In the same way, if you are creating a Java program, in the Java program, if you are creating some variable, okay, or a class name, you are like we already created in the last program, we already created one class, the class name we decided human. So what I want to say, I just want to say like you are creating this. Okay, give me a second. So as you can see in the last lecture, we created the class human. Okay. So we can, why we have choose only human? Okay. We can choose one paragraph. Okay. But we are not choosing one paragraph because we want to make our class name meaningful, short, so someone can read it, some coder, some programmer can read it well. So this is the reason. Okay. So here, just a second. Okay. So an identifier should be length between 4 to 15 characters. That will be the grade. However, there is no limit on its length, but it would to follow the standard conventions. Okay. An identifier cannot start with digit. Okay. Like your name, like my name is Mahindra. Okay. Someone name can be anything. So have you ever seen someone name 8 RAM? Okay. 9 RAM, 10 RAM? No. Okay. Because like it is not a good practice. Okay. The same way, I just want to say, okay, an identifier cannot be same as the Java keyword. Okay, I told you already Java keyword are the reserved words which convey some special meaning to the compiler. Okay, identifiers are case sensitive. So here, the small aman and the capital aman are distinct identifiers. Okay, both have the different meaning to the compiler. Okay, the guy that is used to translate your Java code to the machine code. And identifier cannot be a true, false, or null. So this is the thing. So we covered the identifiers. It is the beginning. If you are not able to understand the things, that is totally fine. But try to understand. It is very easy. Like identifiers is something like a name given to a variable, and these all are the rules for deciding the name of that particular variable. It is very easy thing. In this lecture, I'll try to create a one variable and I'll try to show you how we can do it. So keywords. The next topic is keywords. So we already discussed keywords are the reserved words that convey special meaning to the compiler. In the Java programming language, keyword is any one of 67 reserved words that have predefined meaning in the language. I will show you the list also of those keywords. Okay, so they cannot be used as the identifiers. Okay, because they have special meaning within the language. Keywords are always written in lowercase. So we covered the keywords. These all are the keywords that I mentioned. Okay, total 67 keywords. Here is the mentioned. I have taken this data from the Oracle website. Okay, so Oracle providing you the free Java, the JDK, like JDK you can use. Okay, for writing the Java programs. Okay, so we have done with this. Now we need to come on to the literals. Okay, literals are the constant value. Okay, literals means what I can say. Literals means like everyone have their what I can say. I can say they have own birthday date. Okay, someone born on 1st of January, someone born on 2nd of January, whatever it is. Okay, so this 1 and 2. Okay, in the same way, it is the fixed value. Okay, so meaning of literal is the fixed value that directly appeared in the program. Okay, they commonly known as the constant value. Okay, these all are the constant value 56. Okay, 6.78 a code convent. Okay, these all are the fixed value, or we can say the type of constant data we can assign to a variable. Okay, variable is basically a some container like a bucket, the empty bucket where you can put some data. Like in the empty bucket, you can put some water. Water is data, and bucket is a variable. Okay, so we'll discuss the variable also. Majorly, literals are classified in 4 categories. Okay, so either it can be the integer, okay, floating point, okay, character literal, string literal, boolean literal. Integer meaning is like 1, 2, 3. Okay, these all are the integer. Floating means 1 point, okay, 2. Okay, this is the floating point. Character literal like 1 character only, a. Okay, but you need to mention that in a single quote. String literal, string is the combination of character like Aman. Okay, Aman, A, M, A, N. Okay, so we need to mention it in the double quotes. This is the right way of writing any string. Boolean means either true value or a false value. Okay, either true, okay, either true or a false. We already like it is something like a bit, or I can say it is something like a bit. Bit also have either 1 or 0, either true or false. 1 or 0. Okay, so the literal section is also completed. Now we must need to know about the literals chart. This chart is very important for your understanding. So integer literal we already discussed. 1, 2, 3. These all are the integer literals. The floating literals are, I told you, 1.2. Okay, whatever it is. Character literal we already discussed. String literals we already discussed, and boolean literals also we already discussed. Okay, like integer is also subdivided in 3 parts. One is decimal, okay, one is octal, and then hexadecimal. I request you need to go to the internet and try to find what are decimal, octal, and hexadecimal. Okay. Majorly, I can say, if you know about the integer, you can do most of the programs without any problem. So now next, we need to come to the variable, our favorite topic, variables. And I can say it is one of the most important topic for any programming languages. Okay. Without variable, nothing can be done in a program. Okay. Nothing can be done means its importance is very high. So suppose you have this one bucket. Okay, the bucket is empty. This bucket name is a bucket. Okay, and you have some data with you, or you can say some water. If you will pour water in that bucket, okay, here you can see some water in that bucket. If you can pour some water in that bucket, it means you are putting some data. Some data you are storing. So this bucket have some name. We can try to make the name by using the identifiers naming rules. Okay, and apart of that, we will create the variable. We can store the data also in that, and the type of data that this variable will take, okay, we need to mention also. So suppose someone age is 55. So we need to write int int, then the age, then the 55. Okay. So here you can see here age is a variable. Okay. Here 55 is the data, and int is basically the data type, the type of data the variable is holding. Okay. So it is holding the type of data. Which type of data? Numeric data. Okay, integer data type. So the variable concept, I hope it is also clear to you. So here is the flow chart for the data types basically. So data types in Java, broadly data types are in two categories: primitive data types or the non-primitive data type. Okay, primitive data types further divided into the category of the Boolean type, okay, and the numeric. Numeric type like further divided into integral values, means integer or the floating point. Okay, here also the character value, and Boolean types are Boolean. Boolean type we already discussed. Either the value should be true or either the value should be false. Non-primitive data types, we will going to see this thing, string and arrays, in the upcoming lecture. So for the sake of simplicity, I can say majorly you must need to deal with the integer right now. Okay, and a part of integers. Okay, a part of integer, these all are in small. Okay, please consider this thing in small. Okay, integers, and a part of integers, floats. Okay, and sometimes character also. So these all are the data types you will see frequently. Okay, so integer types we will discuss. Integer types are used to store the whole number without the fractional part, as we have discussed this thing. Okay, so here, as you can see, int age. So we already discussed integer are further divided into subparts like byte, dot, int, and long. Okay, so this is the size. Like we already discussed about the 8-bit, 16-bit, 32-bit, 64-bit. You don't need to go so much deep in that. I just simply say that byte is basically the type of integer types. Okay, I can show you this thing also. Okay, let's create one program where we will decide the one name of okay, let's try to create one more program. Okay, here is the Java code. Here we will create one file name are variable dot java. Okay, so this is the file we create. So as you can see, public class variable is already created. Okay, automatically. This is the advantage of this. Then we need to write a main. Okay, just you will write a main, then hit the enter key. It is also created. So here, as I told you, how to create a variable. If you want to create, first you need to mention some data type. So it will take the int value. Okay, integer. Okay, we are trying to print the age of some person. Okay, so int, then we can say int ram, then underscore age. Okay, here it is suppose 55. Okay, so it is the data type. Here is int. Ram age is the variable name and 55 is the data. And if you want to print it, you must need to write as well as system dot out dot print ln. Okay, then you must need to mention the or you can say age of the is equals to, and just add the variable is age. Okay, and you must need to mention this terminate symbol. So I hope it is clear, and now we will save this by using shortcut key Control S key. Then we will just click on one time here, and this program will run. Here it will say age of Ram is equals to 55. Here it is printing the desired out. So I think we have done with the variable concept, and then what we need to do here, we need to come again. So in the same way, if the value is in between minus 128 to the plus 127, you can use this byte data type. Okay, if the value is in between, okay, this thing, then you can use the short. If it is lying between the int, okay, the value of the int lying between this, okay, and the long value is lying between this. So these numbers are basically not much important. Okay, I can say for the int value and for the long value, these both are we used to do mainly. Okay, if you are creating some application that maybe the value can reach to this extent, okay, more than the int value, then the long we use. Okay, so now come to the floating point types. So these are the numbers which contain the fractional parts. So floating point types are used to store the decimal number. They are of two types, float and double. Okay, how to declare floating point variable for float average, double. Okay, stun distance. This is the basic syntax. You must need to, like the basic syntax. You must need to write a float here, and then you must need to write a double. Okay, then the name of the variable, then the name of the variable. That's it. Okay, so now here we have variable we have covered, data types we also covered. A floating point type we are on. So the Boolean type is used to represent true or false value. How to declare Boolean? This is the proper syntax. Okay, this is the proper syntax. Boolean is happy equals to true. Okay, this is the proper syntax for representing any of the Boolean variable. Okay, variable initialization, as I told you, this for integer. If you want to initialize some value, here you must need to write the data type, then the variable name, and here some the data. So as you can see in the case of character, you need to write char, then the variable name choice, then the data, which should be in the single quote. So let's come on to the final variable. So variable, as the name suggests, variable means nothing is fixed. But if you want to fix something, and if you want to make something constant, then you must need to write a final before declaring the variable. So variable uses a value remains constant throughout the execution of the program. For creating final variable, you must need to use the final keyword before the name of the variable. Like final, you must need to write double, then this is the name of the variable pi. So it is in the program, like the pi value will remain constant 3.14. If you know little bit of maths, you will get to know that pi value is 3.14. So its value will remain constant. So that's why you must need to specify that type of variable with the final keyword. Okay, so we have done with the final keyword also. Now let's come on to the Java statements. Java statements are the instructions that tell the programming language, okay, what to do, like declaration and string statements. Basic statements define variables and initiate Java methods or start the execution of blocks of other statements. Assignment statements assigning value to the variables. So we will get to know about the Java statement better by seeing the old program that we have created. So let me just close this. Let me come to the here. Yeah. So as you can see, we created a variable, okay, RAM age with the data type int, and we have given some value to it also. So this is also the Java statement. Okay. This system.out.println, then the bracket start, then the double quotes. Inside the double quotes, we have written age of RAM is equals to, then we have closed this double quotes plus RAM age. It is also the Java statement. So I hope it is clear to you guys. Everything I try to explain you. If anything you want to know, if you have any doubt, please mention in comment. Thank you so much, guys. Please like this video. Please subscribe my channel. It would be the great help for me if you will subscribe. It will be some sort of motivation for me for creating next lectures or creating the lectures on the programming stuff. So thank you guys. Thanks a lot. We will meet in the next lecture. Thank you.